Stand by for ludicrous speed.
Okay, my dear Greg Saunders.
Gregory.
Eagle looking great. Your go.
Greg Saunders.
Greg Saunders.
Greg Saunders!
Wow. Hey, great.
Look at it.
We interrupt this sound file to bring you a terrifying announcement.
Are you aware that you're leaking coolant at an alarming rate?
Show us the skills that have made you a media darling.
Well, I'm glad we got all that out in the open.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Saturday Morning Stateline Show.
I'm not sure who needs to hear this, Tom, but if your house is 73 degrees and you want it to be 68 degrees, turning your thermostat down to 60 doesn't get you to 68 any quicker. It just don't. Good day.
Okay.
It's the
I have to think about that one. Hold on here.
It's the 8th day of May, the year 2021, the latest it's ever been.
In the history of mankind.
Yes. How do you like my new backdrop? Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it is.
Isn't that great?
It says Saturday everywhere.
For those,
Hey, what day is it anyway?
See, I hope it's Saturday. It'd be
You're
kind of
supposed
funny
to say it's Saturday.
if it's not Saturday, what are we doing here? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. You mean I could still be sleeping? No, I wouldn't be.
Let's see if I can share this on my page I manage. Yes, I can. Awesome. This is what we want to do right here, Tom. And this is what we want to do right here. So I think I found an end around. Cool. So we're going to post the YouTube stream on the Facebook page, and I'm going to stop this one. All right, the tease is over. Now the real one's up. Boom.
I didn't feel a thing. The
There's
re-entry was real smooth.
There's an end around there, basically, is what I'm saying. Because from YouTube, there is a share button where we can share the show link live right to the Facebook page. So there's no reason why you can't just watch us off the YouTube stream while you're on Facebook. So there we go. I think we did it. I think we have accomplished something today already, Tom.
I think you're speaking Chinese, man. All this technical stuff. I just show up, point me in the right direction, mouse click here, mouse click there. Here I am.
And I'm glad you do, buddy. I'm glad you do. What this helps me, though,
I know.
Now when Joann sends me the pause pet of the week, I can post it instead of having to leave my phone up there being a camera. It no longer has to be. I like that.
Okay.
I like that. So happy day. How was your week, my man?
My week was its usual weird, crazy, busy. It's fine. It's my life. It's it just was weird.
Your house full of pets quiet this morning. Well,
Last Saturday, I guess we haven't talked since last Saturday. We had to do something very, very difficult, but yet it was a good thing. All right. We lost our cat about 5 months ago, Lucy, my little calico cat. You've seen her. She's made an appearance here. Turns out Lucy was at the neighbor's house for the last 5 months.
He was cheating on you.
Well, they kind of adopted her without our permission.
Yeah.
But what they did was they took her to the vet and got her fixed up. She had a couple puncture wounds up here. She'd either been in a fight. I think what it was a fat nodule that got punctured in a fight. We were nursing her back to health. We were doing a really nice job with it, but it was a very slow process. Well, our neighbor, and I'm not mad at my neighbor necessarily. My neighbor took her to the vet,
worse.
spent some money on her, and got her fixed back up. Lucy got out, came home. And so,
she'd been here for 16 years.
And yeah, we had her for 16 years. Anyway, Lucy came home and she just appeared on the back porch, on the back deck. So
I'm like, where you been?
Yeah, where you been? Well, the neighbor then, the violators, they said, hey, have you seen a calico cat? Oh, you mean our cat? And we didn't say that, but basically, have you seen a calico cat? roaming the neighborhood, and we're like, ooh, we'll let you know. We weren't sure what to say. Yes or no. I don't know. We're going to think about this for a day or so. We had her, but
Yeah.
So we, in a conversation, Kathy had a conversation with the neighbor, the son, and we found out that they had her for 5 months and they'd taken her to the vet and this and that. Long story short, his mom, really, really nice lady. She fell in love with that cat. So we met out at the alleyway because they're my neighbor from across the alley. We met out at the alleyway at the fence. And I basically said, you really love that little girl, don't you? And she almost teared up. She said, yes, I really do. And it was an easy decision to say, okay, then you can have Lucy, but I want joint custody. I want to be able to see her when I want. I want to know that she's okay, this and that. I mean, this is our cat for 16 years. I picked Lucy out and I got her for my daughter because my daughter loves calico cats. And then my dad and I went back and got her brother and called him Sylvester, and he passed away about 7 years ago from something. I don't know what it was. It's just
wow.
Anyway, so long story short, we ended up losing a cat. So now we got 3 cats. We're back to 3 cats, and of course we lost Milton about 3 weeks ago now.
Okay.
And, yeah.
So it's a little different.
It's a little different, but it's kind of a blessing with Milton because he had been in real poor health. And so anyway, sorry to put a damper on the show.
Well, that's life, my man.
It is
part of what it's all about. Well, I tell you what, happy Mother's Day to all of the mommies out there who we love so much. I don't know. I probably don't talk about my mom much on this show. I have told you, I think before, that my moms are Sally, and Joni. I have told you that before, right, Tom?
Yes, you have.
I have 3 moms. Of course, my mother-in-law, the amazing Nana Joni Cluck, who I've bragged on numerous times on the show.
And I've met Joni. At pause dinners and everything.
Yeah. So she's absolutely incredible. Love her very, very much. Well, I kind of joke. In fact, we have a gig coming up. I think I may have talked about this just a little bit, and I'm going to be singing with the band here later this summer. And one of the songs we're going to be singing is Mustang Sally.
Mustang Sally.
And
good song.
And the joke is, well, my dad has been married to only 2 women in his life, and they were both named Sally.
And both named Sally.
And I'm not sure which one he wrote this song about. So here we go. Sally and Sally, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Love you both. We do have a big number of the week this week to get to. So why don't we get to that before I already got too far, but it's not 10 after yet. Big number.
I'm winning 3-2, by the way. 3-2.
722. 722 is the big number of the week this week.
That's not a big number. If Jeff the lion were here, he wouldn't even muster up the energy to growl.
Just one of those lion muffs. The answer this week is Minute or Maui.
Minutes or Maui, huh?
Minute or Maui, 722. Okay. We'll give you the answer at the end of the show. And both of these, I think, are very interesting little topics. So we'll be talking about that coming up. What else is going on? Well, I want to, I always like to give shout outs to clients here, since, I am a realtor. That's how I'm able to feed the family and pay the rent and everything. So congratulations to Miss Smith and to the Mendoza family who had their closings this week, brand new homeowners in Rockford and in Belvedere. One client, they were both kind of interesting for their own different reasons. The one client got lucky. The Mendoza family, they got pretty lucky. We only went out to look at homes once. And we looked at 3 homes, offered on the one we liked the best, and we actually got it, which in this market is a little bit, that's unique. It's not happening. Most clients have to learn the hard way that if they don't offer strong up front, they're going to lose to another buyer because there's so many buyers right now.
Right.
So
Yeah.
this guy, kudos to him. He took all my advice. And even if you take all my advice, doesn't mean you're going to win. Okay.
But at least you got a leg up from somebody who knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. So he took my advice. He used a strong local lender, which is incredibly important right now if you need to get a loan. He offered strong. We won the deal. And when it came time to negotiate repairs, we did so knowing that only the appraisal needed repairs needed to be done. Nothing else. None of the fringe stuff, none of the cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
If you ask for anything beyond the necessary, your deal's going to die. It's just
you want the walls painted. That's your responsibility.
Exactly.
Here's a paintbrush.
Sorry, the trim's a little dinged up. You can fix it when you move in.
That's right.
So thankfully the seller understood the situation that they were in, what the buyer was in. This had to pass the appraisal. They got things done in a timely manner. Boom, got it closed. This guy from looking at homes and contract to close, we got everything done in basically like 6 weeks. And that included some repairs that had to be done. So boom, awesome. So happy for this guy. And he's going to love his new Belvedere house. The other one, we had written offers on quite a few homes, probably 4 before we got this one under contract. This one also needed some repairs, and it took the other agent and I some creative finagling to get things to work, but we used our agent Wiley's realtor superpowers and got it done. So congratulations to Miss Smith and her family and their brand new Rockford house. So congratulations to them. Very good.
Cool. Well, I don't know if I should share this story, but I'll be real quick with it. When we bought our house 21 years ago, we were real close on the debt to income ratio. And our finance guy pulled kind of a fast one. The person we bought the house from had been deceased for a year or so, maybe within the year or whatever. Thankfully didn't die in the house. That would have creeped me out. But anyway, the taxes were $1,400. In reality, they were $2,800.
Right.
But she was on half tax. He used that figure to keep us just under the ratio. So a year later, a year to the day that we bought the house, we got an assessment in the mail that said your new house payment is now $900 instead of the $672 you were paying. It was going to be $902. So we had to refinance after a year because of that. Because what they did was since we were short $1,400 and they were adding the $1,400 that was not there, that was another $2,800 divided by 12, which put it from $672 to $903 or $673 to $902, whatever.
Another 100
like
a month or whatever.
Oh, no way. No. So we refinanced. So the first year we spent paying nothing but interest. The next year, we'd started over.
Yeah.
We'd started over. Then, I don't know how many years later, 3 years later, I had a motorcycle accident. Guess what? We refinanced again. We've had to refinance 3 times due to different things, not our fault. So it's just been a roller coaster ride, but thanks to God. And I mean that with all sincerity. It's not just a figure of speech, but thanks to God, we still have our home, and that's good.
And
so it all worked out, but
it's not a bad thing. I mean, so many people in the last year and a half have been refinancing simply because the rates have dropped so well.
Right. But the refinance part of it was only a small part of it. It was the fact that it wasn't the realtor. It was the finance guy, the go-between.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the banker. It was just the guy that was writing the loan or something. He really, really knowingly screwed up. And he played dumb. Oh, I didn't realize what I was doing. Well, it worked out for us because we got the house, but it was still a real shady deal.
The smart loan officers, the smart finance guys, they see that coming and warn their clients about it. And in some cases, use that to their advantage.
We could have backed out at any point, I think. Well, actually, I don't think we could have because we had already signed on the dotted line and moved in. We didn't know this.
Oh,
It was
yeah, by then
there. It
it's
was
too late.
existent, but we didn't know it until almost a year later. So no, we couldn't have backed
No,
out.
he
I don't
should have
think.
warned you. He should have seen that coming. And trust me, the loan officers that we recommend here through our company, they rarely would miss something like that.
He didn't miss it. He knew full well what he was doing. That was the problem. He knew full well what he was doing, and he was playing dumb. So
yeah.
But anyway, like I said, that's only a learning tool. I'm not the least bit upset. We got a nice little house out of it. We got the house, and we've been here for 21 years. I'm good. Yeah. We're all good. But the fact is, we got such a late start, and it did actually cost us a lot of money because every single bit of equity for the first year, which is not much anyway. I probably got enough pocket change to equal what equity you have in the first year. Right. So that wasn't that big of a deal, but it just prolongs everything. And then of course the motorcycle accident, and that wasn't fun.
No.
So that was another thing. And there's been 3 monkey wrenches. Almost a whole set of tools. They're all monkey wrenches though.
Tom's got a box full of monkey wrenches.
Box full of monkey wrenches.
It's just all there. So
yeah.
But yeah, you got the house, and that's a good thing. So when it seems like these days, for whatever reason, people are a lot more hypersensitive to their property taxes. A lot more people are cognizant of what that means to their payment and everything else. So anyway, use good people, use good vendors.
Excuse me.
Want to also give a shout out today to some folks I saw on Monday that I haven't seen in years. Of course, this past Monday was Ron Tietsort's memorial service in Rockford. The late, great Ron Tietsort, who was on the air in WGSL for so many years, decades really. And so at his service on Monday, when I walked in, the first guy I saw was Joel Griffith. You might remember Joel as the news director.
Yeah,
back in
I
the
remember
80s,
Joel.
And he was there till about 92 or 92 maybe. 91 or 92, because he went to Slavic Gospel Association. He's a writer for Slavic Gospel, and he's been there for 30 years. So that was, like 91 is when he left QFL GSL and went and did that. Joel Griffith, awesome news guy, did a lot of great radio shows with Pastor Kevin, why is his name escaping me right now?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. He's into apologetics, right?
Yeah.
Kevin. Oh, crap. I know who you're talking about.
So Joel Griffith, I sat next to Susan Hollinsworth, Susan Tyler, if you will. She was QFL GSL for a number of years as well. Ron Oltmans, who was like the consummate overnight guy. Ron Oltmans did a lot of weekend.
Kevin Johnson.
Yep, that's who.
Yes.
Joel Griffith. Charmel Jacobs and her husband Jerry were there, and Joe Buchanan and his wife Tara drove up from Peoria. And Joe is managing the network down there at WCIC, the Northwestern Bible College radio stations that play contemporary Christian music down there. He's now the general manager of those.
Wow, that is awesome.
And he got his start in radio right here in Rockford at WGSL, working for Ron Tietsort.
Radio Joe.
Great tribute to Ron and his wonderful life, his wonderful wife, his son and grandkids and such. So it was great to see a lot of folks at that service for Ron on Monday. And it was really, really cool to see a lot of the pictures. They had a slideshow playing from when they celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. So a lot of old pictures of Ron and Millie as youngsters. And it was just fun to relive some of those past moments with them and to be there as a support for Millie and the family. So God blessings to them as they have this season of mourning for passing of Ron Tietsort. Also coming up this week, our Keller Williams Realty Signature family will be honoring Red Day, as well as all other Keller Williams offices across the country and around the world. Red Day is the volunteer day, renew, energize. Why is that slipping my brain? Anyway, it's a day of volunteering. It's what it boils down to. And this year, our Keller Williams office is going to be doing stuff for the Rockford Park District. And this year we'll be beautifying a lot of the area parks, doing some painting and weeding and mulching and stuff, helping the Rockford Park District get ready for the summer season. So that's going to be our big project this year. We've got our office now is about 190 agents, Tom. There's like 192, I think, agents that work out of our Keller Williams office. And I would say about half or a little more than half of the agents are able to take at least a portion of their day on Red Day and help out in some way, shape, or form. A lot of agents are part-time agents and have other full-time jobs and can't take the day off and such. But
are you talking about 180 agents in this
in
market
Rockford
alone?
Rockford, the Loves Park, work out of the Loves Park office, right? It still kind of boggles the brain. When I started 8 years ago now, there was maybe, I don't know, 60 to 70 agents total that worked out of the Keller Williams office. So we're nearing the triple marks in just the last 8 years. And the reason being really the Keller Williams model. There's so much great education. It's a great place for new agents to start and get off and running quickly. And then the experienced agents, when they realize the different profit sharing and other opportunities involved with Keller Williams, a lot of them come over from other companies because, wow, I can make more money here. Bottom line, I can make more money here. And I've got a lot of great resources to make even more money than I was making before. In the last year, I think I told you a while back about an agent from Galena that joined our office last year. And within months, he had tripled his production. I mean, he's easily making 3 times the amount of money now that he was making a year ago, and just loving it, just loving working for Keller Williams. So, if you're considering a real estate career, there is a career night on the 11th, which I believe is this Tuesday at our office. There should be a link on my page. And my background's freaking out on me, Tom.
Yeah, I know.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
All right. So anyway, we'll just go to there, and then we'll go to there. Ooh, that's kind of fun too. What did I have going on before? Oh, the control room.
There you go.
You like that one better, or do you like this one better?
Moscow, we have a problem.
Here, you can see the dials on this one a little bit better. All right. So if we do this one, and then we do this one. All right. So
there you go.
We're at a really cool control panel.
Your future's so bright, you got to wear shades.
I am the control room bandit.
Yeah.
I got a master. All right. So that's,
I want some Pringles all of a sudden.
There's just too many fun things to use with this Zoom stuff, but all right. All right. That's enough. Back to that. How about that?
All right. I got a question for you when you're ready.
All right. Yes. So that's what Red Day is coming up. And one last shout out before we move on. And that would be to CYT, Christian Youth Theater. There's a production of Annie coming up here in Rockford. And the wife and I, we went and saw Alice in Wonderland last weekend. Where did we go? Out near Elgin somewhere. It was way out there. I forget what county it was that put the show on. Kane County? I think it was Kane County.
Yeah, anyway, probably. That'd be Elgin.
Wonderful singing. The kids did the best they could do while wearing masks. It was very odd to watch a show with all the actors wearing masks.
Yeah.
And everyone in the audience was spaced and accordingly and such.
If everybody's wearing masks, you could literally dub in all the sound. Nobody would have to even worry about. Yeah, I mean, seriously, nobody has to say anything. Just When it's your time, just move your lips, like that. And you're not going to be able to tell because you're behind a mask.
Yeah. You got to be very expressive with your hands. Move your hands a
That's
lot.
right.
Yeah. So
You there.
yeah. All right. So
That's
anyway,
just
those are my
crazy.
shout outs. Those are my shout outs for this week, Tom.
All right. So I got a question for you that I probably should have asked you off the air. Restaurants. Are there any restaurants anywhere? You live out New Milford way.
Yeah.
Any restaurants out that way, like good breakfast places on Sunday mornings? Because our mutual friend Ron, you know him, you used to work with him. He's moving out to Stillman Valley, and we still want to do our breakfast on Sunday mornings. So we were looking for a breakfast place that is somewhat equidistant. I know there's the Five Coins out on Sandy Hollow and Alpine. That might be farther for both of us. I'm just wondering if there's anything on 11th Street. There used to be a Denny's, but that's been gone for 10 years.
Gone, yeah. My goodness, what's good for breakfast down?
And it has to be open at 6 or 6:30.
I mean, the donut shop, Doughboy's Donuts. Did they even have seating in there? I don't know.
They do. They do.
I mean, for coffee and donuts, that's a good place to go. But
yeah, but it's not breakfast. I want biscuits and gravy, hash browns, eggs, sausage. Come on now.
I hear
I'm a
you.
growing boy.
And yeah, what was called the 11th Street Cafe, or the place there right in the corner of Blackhawk and 251.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't know if they're open for breakfast now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that used to be a supper club, or maybe I'm thinking the other side of it.
Thinking the other side of the street. Yeah.
It was a Sturm Supper Club or something.
The last sign now out there, where I think it was 11th Street Cafe, but I honestly don't even know if they're open anymore. I don't know. I will say this: driving home yesterday from town, every restaurant I drove by was packed.
Yeah, wonder why.
Every parking lot, and in front of every restaurant that I drove by on my way home last night from Loves Park to New Milford, every restaurant parking lot was packed out. It was probably 5:30 or 6 when I was driving home on a Friday night, obviously, but wow. And all I could think about the whole way down was, Lord, grant all these patrons patience, because a lot of these restaurants are understaffed, and I know there are still some that are doing, they're doing the limited capacity and stuff like that. So I guess understaffed wouldn't be too terrible of a thing when you've got not a packed room. But as these rooms get more and more filled up, you're going to have to be more and more patient with your servers, because they're going to be serving a lot of tables.
Oh yeah.
It's tough.
My, the guy I take care of, Scott, his mom was at an Olive Garden in Elgin, because he took her granddaughter there. And the gal that was working there is a manager. She's from Rockford. They got to talking, and she said, well, why are you here? And she goes, because we can't keep enough staff. I came here because they gave her a bump in pay as a manager, but she said, we can't keep enough staff. And that's no slam against Olive Garden or anything like that. It's the industry itself. So there are jobs out there right now. There are jobs out there. A lot of them are food industry or whatever, but there are jobs out there. And they offered, McKenna's her name, her granddaughter, they offered her a job. They said, you want to come to work for us? Let us know. She's 18 and going off to college, so it probably wouldn't work. But I just think it's very interesting. Why is it that they're so understaffed? I know they got rid of a lot of people, which is what happened to us at the radio station. They furloughed us. I understand why.
Well,
I completely understand why. But now.
Well, now you have a lot of people who are still receiving unemployment supplement money. So if they go back to work and they're making the same or less money working, why would they go to work?
Yeah,
So,
Kathy just sent me a note that said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's what's going on
exactly
right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to pick on those people either. It is what it is. If you get free money, you take free money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you what, one thing to consider right now as someone who may be looking for work, now is the time you can choose where you want to work pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So waiting too long, I mean, it's like playing the stock market. If you don't buy early enough, you're not going to make decent enough money at the end when you sell. It's
That's
time.
right. Yeah.
The time to look for a great job is right now, because you're going to be able to kind of dictate a little bit, at least, where you want to work and when you want to work.
I think I'm going to take a job as a congressman. I think I'm going to, I mean, what the
Pretty
heck?
good work if you can get it.
Yeah.
Which you heard that Sherry Bustos is retiring.
Oh, good.
She is retiring.
She is my congressman because of the Rock River is what separates us. How about you? What is yours, Adam Kinzinger or Sherry Bustos?
No, it's Sherry. Good morning, Joann.
Morning.
Oh,
Good morning.
yeah, I believe she's represents this part of Rockford as well.
I don't think she has done a bad job. I think she really is genuinely good with people. She really is in touch with the farming community. I get all that, but she is a Democrat, which bothers me because of, without turning this into a political thing, it bothers me because you tend to vote along with your Democrat pals, and I think Democrat policies are bad.
Yeah.
Are basically bad for, but I also don't like her advertising, her campaigning. You talk about negative campaigning. She is a negative campaigner, and I don't like that. I've seen a lot of things that were very questionable about her opponent. Like information that might have been fudged a little bit. That's where I have a problem with it. If it's truth, fine. I have no problem with it. That's not negative campaigning. But when you're mixing up two thoughts, maybe mixing up some tape a little bit, taking half a sentence and using that's a problem. That's negative campaigning.
Out of context stuff is just not cool. It's not.
Yeah.
Well, we're losing a congressperson. We're losing a district this year. So what do we have now? 18. We're going to get one on to 17 or something like that. I forget what the number is, but anyway, her retiring and the redistricting that will take place, things are going to be changing as far as the balance of power in Congress as represented here in Illinois. All right. So before we get to Joann's little tour of Pause HQ, I do have some SMS info to share with everybody today. Let's see if I can make this work, Tom. No, that's got to be off. That's got to be off or it's going to sound really good. I'm going to try the virtual background again. SMS info. All right. We'll try that. Your SMS info for this 8th day of May, the year 2021. It's tick season in Illinois. It's tick season, right? Have you seen any ticks yet?
No, just a lot of things that tick me off.
I hear you. I picked one off of Veda a couple weeks ago already, and I put I put the stuff on. Yeah, she got one. Thankfully, it was on. I could see it on her back right away and got rid of it right away. So already starting to think about ticks, and I wonder what the ticks are going to be like here when it gets cold tonight. But anyway, it's much more common to encounter ticks out in wooded areas, but they can be anywhere outdoors, even in your residential backyard. The best way to avoid tick-borne illnesses is prevention, and the IDPH recommends when you visit wooded areas with tall grass, there's some things you should do, like wear protective clothing, long pants and long sleeves, which of course a lot of us don't do in the summertime, obviously.
Right.
Even better, tuck your pants into your socks or even tape around your ankle to prevent ticks from crawling up your leg.
Ooh.
Not a lot of people are going to do that either.
No.
So what else could you do? Well, walk in the center of the trails. If you're out hiking the woods, avoid brushing up against grass and plants. Be sure, of course, to check yourself, your kids, your pets every couple hours if you're out and about. As far as your yard goes, the CDC recommends keeping your lawn maintained, clearing tall grasses and brush from the edges of your yard, clear out old trash, clear out leaf piles, anywhere else ticks might find to make a home. And if you get one on you, the best way to remove a tick is to grasp it firmly with tweezers as close to the skin as possible Gently but firmly pull it straight out. No twisting, no jerking, just firmly straight out. Wash your hands, wash the bite site with soap and water. Maybe apply some antiseptic to the bite area. And if you do develop any symptoms, a rash or anything like that, be sure and call your doctor. Ticks do tend to transfer things like Lyme disease and such. So take it seriously if you get some weird symptoms after getting bit by a tick. Warehouses, the value of warehouses is starting to boom, boom, boom. Logistics making up about 20% of real estate investments last year. The boom is running into land supply problems. According to The Economist, industrial land has been turned into residential land in a lot of major cities. There's a lot of restrictive zoning laws that prevent the conversion of large existing lots like shopping malls. And the public is also averse to large warehouses, which are perceived as being noisy and dirty. So to cope, companies are getting creative. Amazon has been turning golf courses in America into distribution centers, the courses that closed, obviously. And then empty car lots in the UK have been turned into a lot of delivery hubs as well. We talked, I think, a little bit about lumber prices going crazy, up, up, up. And lumber prices since April of last year are up about 260%. Well, it's been a perfect storm of surging demand and diminished supply. It all started with a simple backlog. At the start of the pandemic, sawmills were anticipating weak demand, so they limited production. And to their surprise, demand turned out to be stronger than ever. A lot of people doing do-it-yourself projects at home. The U.S. economy shrank 3.5% last year, but spending on home improvements grew by over 3%. And interest rates, of course, have been way down. U.S. New housing starts in December hit a 14-year high. So there's all that need for lumber for new houses. And wood production now in February is at a 13-year high, but supply is not catching up with demand. 70% of builders are raising home prices to slow demand down. There's about a $24,000 increase in the average price of a single-family home since April of 2020. So the lumber supply is a serious issue, and it's going to be a while before they catch up. That's just where we're at. And then finally, if you ever felt so whipped that you tell someone you're feeling half asleep, it turns out you probably actually were. Researchers found that parts of your brain actually do turn off when you're fatigued. Go figure. Sometimes even before you're consciously aware that you're tired. Slumbering neurons can cause small errors. We like to call them brain farts. Is it acceptable to call them brain farts on the radio? We've done that before.
Brain cramps, maybe.
Brain cramps. If you've ever put your milk in the cupboard and your cereal in the fridge by accident, that's a brain fart. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So it's a real thing. Get some rest, get some rest, get some rest. And if you find yourself struggling with a big decision, don't make it when you're tired. If you have a lot of options to choose from, researchers at Basel University say, here's the best suggestion. Narrow your choices down to the two most promising options. According to Basel University findings, it will help you make a decision as quickly as possible. And you know what? I've done this with clients before, you guys. When it used to be, we could go out and look at 6 or 7 homes at the same time. Can't do that today. It doesn't happen. But when we could do that, and we liked, more than a couple houses, we made it. That's what I would do is, okay, we've eliminated this one because of this. We eliminated this one because of that. And you're down to these 3. Well, let's eliminate another one of these. Let's pick the 2 best ones out of these 3. All right, we got rid of that. Now you can hyper focus on these 2 choices. Which one really is the best choice for you? And that seems to help people out a lot to narrow things down. No, we're not going back to those other houses. We already ruled them out because of deal breaker situations. Pick one of these 2. Let's go for it. Few randoms for you this week. Lyft, the ride-hailing firm Lyft, they're recovering from the pandemic pretty well. They hit sales of $609 million in the first quarter this year. That's good news. Walgreens, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Walgreens, says it'll be offering nationwide 2-hour delivery on over 24,000 items. So if you need something, you need some Alka-Seltzer cold medicine, you can get it from Walgreens delivered to your house within 2 hours, starting soon. They'll be offering that soon. Dogecoin started out as a joke. It continues to hit record highs. It's up more than 100% year to date. And this weekend, it probably is going to go even way higher because Elon Musk is on SNL tonight, and he's a big Dogecoin supporter. So there will be some skit on SNL about Dogecoin tonight.
Wasn't there some controversy about Elon Musk being on Saturday Night Live?
There was.
He's the great capitalist, and how dare him?
Some of the
how dare him make billions?
Didn't want to work with him because he's this snooty rich guy, which is funny because most SNL people are kind of fairly well off.
Yeah, I always say two of the biggest capitalists in the world are Al Gore and Michael Moore. Right. I mean, come on.
Right.
They're quite the capitalists.
Apparently the head writer for SNL right now, Michael Shea, apparently told all of his cast members, grow up. He's here. We're doing this, get to work. And he's going to draw tons of eyeballs to our show that we've never had before. Let's do this.
Well, good for him for standing up and doing the right thing, because if you want to talk about tolerance, well, now's your chance to be tolerant of someone you don't like. And give me a reason why you don't like Elon Musk. See, that's the key right there. Tell me why you don't like him. And if you got a good enough reason, I'll be behind you. I'll say, yes, God bless. You can not like him. That's good. You still got to be tolerant because you're the one who calls for tolerance.
Exactly.
So it's quite simple, really.
Exactly. And then the last thing this week, as far as random, the American Families Plan is what the Biden administration is proposing. And part of that plan is a new max tax rate of 61% on inherited wealth. Inherited wealth, 61% tax. I think it's already like 50% or something like that. It's crazy. They tax you when you're living and then they tax you when you're dead. It's a sad thing. But anyway, there's your randoms for this week. Hope you're having a good one. And if you haven't invested in Dogecoin yet, you might want to do that today.
Here comes, I got $3.
Well, it's right now, it's currently at, I believe 67 cents each.
All right. I can get like 4 of them.
So you can get them. They're there.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, how about the pause logo? How does that look, Joann?
Looks like, there you go. I like it. You're muted, Joann.
My studio. Oh my God.
You got to unmute.
I still got to figure out. I'm sorry. I got to unmute Joann. There we go. My fault.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Now I can.
It was too noisy over there.
There's too many people here today, and they don't realize they're on the
show
video. They're having their own side conversations.
Well, are you ready to give us a walkthrough or anything there?
Sure, I can do that. We've got a couple of dogs. I don't know if they're both in the building though.
Okay.
Let me switch. Oh, I got to put my mask on.
Put your mask on and then show us around what's happening at Pause HQ today.
Before I switch it around.
Near the Cherryvale Mall.
I think both dogs are outside right now. They're giving them exercise. This is kind of our outside. We've got some people out there we have like a training area back there. So you guess you can't see, the dogs are playing with each other. I don't know if you can see them or not.
It used to be batting cages, didn't it?
Yeah, well, this was, I forget
golfing games.
Cherryvale
golfing games. Yeah.
So, but we changed it into, we had a Eagle Scout who came and did a Eagle project on it. I forget, agility course.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have 2 new dogs this week. We have an angry cat up there. Not quite sure. There was a family of kittens back here I wanted to. Oh, they're up and about.
Oh, wow.
Not quite ready for adoption yet. She's got 4 little ones. The one like she's not gonna be able to deny that one looks just like his mom.
Look at that.
There.
Mama cat and 4 little.
Not my baby.
That's a party room right there.
Yeah.
All they need is a laser pointer. They're ready to go.
I forget it. The mom's name is ASOS, ASOS. She looks at him like, oh, I'm tired of kittens. And we've just got some new ones in, no names yet, so they haven't listed their names. Beautiful cat. I love that markings.
So you'll find your chef at 7 a.m. Okay?
Oops.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay, I'm not looking where I'm going. And then let's go to the front row. So there were, oh, this is kind of, we've had him before. I wanted to show these cats, but she's working in the cage right now. They're kind of far back. So you can't see one. Here's a wild one. His cage is clean, so he's making it dirty again. I think I think we got them all. We don't have a real full house. Yeah, there. I love that cat's marking. So. And there's the cat of the week that I sent Greg a picture of, kind of hiding right now. Mayhem is his name.
Mayhem. Hello, Mayhem.
It's kind of hard to get. So kind of, I think we got most of them as I tripped. Oh, there's someone under there.
There's the Rhiannon, like the Fleetwood Mac song.
What is?
Her name is Rhiannon. Like
Rihanna. Oh, I didn't even look. I was just trying to get a picture of her.
Rihanna.
Rihanna. Rihanna or Rhiannon?
What time is your afternoon shift start?
I'd play the song, but then YouTube would cut us off, so we can't do that.
Oh, she
Yeah.
was trying to tell me that, but I wasn't listening with both my ears. Sorry you couldn't get close with the dogs, but
Nice tour, as always.
No,
Yes,
I'm-
we'll get the picture of
warm,
the
but
pet
not
of the
right now.
week on our page here momentarily. Good deal, good deal. All right. We might be ending our show early this week. We went long last week. We got to make up for it, right? No, I just
did we not have enough
We don't
to
have
talk
any.
about?
well, we can always come up with
Oh,
something.
we don't have a guest.
Yeah,
I got-
no guest this week.
I got a couple of new animals this week. It's a bonded pair.
Show them off. They look pretty identical.
They are. Like I said, they were a bonded pair. Okay, let's see. I can do this.
Identical.
Bonded pair.
There we go.
Let's see. Is that Mitchell and Justin?
I don't know. If you want to call them that, you go right ahead.
They're Bears quarterbacks, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I
Aaron,
just call them, well, Mitchell's not there anymore.
I know.
Aaron and
Nick.
Rogers.
Nick and Justin.
Nick. Here we go.
Thank you.
Nick and Andy, they're ready to teach the youngster how to.
There you go. It's B1 and B2. Bear 1, Bear 2. There you go. I saw one of them and then I looked down and there was another one. I'm like, oh no, I can't split them up. Yeah, I know.
And the collection grows.
Yes, it does.
See, mine is, I have two new animals for the Stewart Zoo too. My granddaughter's babysitter was giving away her cockatiels.
Cockatiels.
So they
you
now
have-
live at the Stewart Zoo.
The menagerie. The menagerie has grown it.
And they seem really like they're like, whoa, listen to all that singing.
Well, I'm glad you like it. That's probably too much chirping for me to handle in a day. I'm
I
glad
know
you enjoyed it.
people come over and they agree with you, Greg. But when you hear it all the time, you don't even notice it. It's like background music.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. After a while, you're going to get used to it. I get it.
And I always say birds are kind of the hardest pet because they're very dirty.
Right.
They lose their feathers. They lose they throw seed all over.
Why do they throw seed all over? That's just.
They like to pick through and pick their best one.
So it's not just like the outer shells they're throwing around. They're throwing away
No,
the seeds.
especially the parrots. The parrots like to throw everything.
Nah.
Wow.
One time I was doing something and it was like, they're messy. So cats and dogs are much better pets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little easier to control, or at least where
You know
they're.
what the best pet of all is? Teddy
No.
bears.
No, Tom, he doesn't even mean that because we know how many pets Tom has.
That's right.
I got 10.
We're not buying it.
I got 10 times the amount of teddy bears that I do regular animals.
Well, we
Probably
have
about 30
a
times.
current score of 3-2 in favor of Tom
Oh.
over Joann.
Tom's ahead.
Yes, that's
We got a big
right.
number of the week this week. That's not that big. The big number of the week this week, 722.
Right on!
722. The answer this week is Minute or Maui. Minute or Maui. Consider your guess and give it to me, please, in 3, 2, 1.
Minutes.
Maui.
Ooh. So one of you scores a point and the other does not.
All right. Now there was no S on minute, so I went Maui.
Okay, that there's a line of there's a logical thinking there, and
That's
I will.
right.
As I was saying it, Tom, I actually thought. I'm not kidding. My thought was I probably should have added an S onto the.
You should have.
But I didn't. That's okay. Do you know between the two of you, collectively, who the big 5 tech giants are? The tech world giants.
Well, let's see. That would be Intel.
No.
Well, then would we go like Facebook and
Facebook is one.
Okay. Google.
Google's another one.
Yahoo.
No.
No, because it's probably owned by
Twitter.
I don't know.
They're owned by Verizon and they're actually for sale right now.
Oh, wow.
The other tech giants, there's 3 more.
Twitter.
Okay. All right.
Think of the company that sells more than anybody else.
Amazon.
Amazon.
Okay.
Think of another company that sells more tech than just about anybody else.
Microsoft.
Microsoft. And one more, the big one. You've
Apple.
got Apple. You got
Okay. All right.
You need to get
All
them
right. Of course.
So the 5 tech giants collectively are worth over $8 trillion. That makes up almost 25% the total value of the S&P 500. Those 5 make up almost a fourth of the value of the S&P 500. Here's how much they made per minute in the first 3 months of this year. This is per minute. Facebook, $202,000 per minute. Microsoft, $322,000 per minute. Google, which is also the parent company is called Alphabet, $427,000 per minute. Apple, in the first quarter of this year, made $691,000 per minute. And the big one, Amazon, $837,000 per minute.
Man,
That blows your brain, doesn't it? So
that's Michael Jordan money right there.
Tom, you got a point. You're up 4-2. The answer, 722, is the number of dollars you would need to rent a car in Maui in the month of March for a day.
Really?
for one day. If you think lumber price inflation is bad, the cheapest rental car in Maui in the month of March for an entire day was $722.
And that's
Wow.
a Yugo
And that's can you believe
with
that?
with 3 tires and a donut.
If you're going to Hawaii, which I really want to do in the next couple of years, I really want to go to Hawaii and
And
vacation.
you know what? If you're going to go to Hawaii, drive there so you'll have your own car.
That's right. Can I just drive it onto the cruise ship and then drive it off?
Yeah, like a ferry or something.
They do that from Wisconsin to Michigan. Why not?
Hey,
from
Yasmin.
California to
Yeah, can you bring the
Hawaii?
dog here just a minute? We didn't get to see any dogs close up. So
We have a dog to share. Oh,
there.
Oh,
what's-
he's adorable.
Border Collie mix, 10 weeks old.
Look at this dog.
Oh,
Thank you.
Her name is Possum.
Possum.
she looks a little like a possum. That's awesome.
What's her name?
Possum.
Possum. Yeah, that's funny.
First trick you teach Possum: play dead.
What's her name?
Kind of a
What?
sad little face.
What kind of
I
a
don't
dog
know
was that
why.
again?
She has just a sad little face.
She's just had a long day.
Oh, just tired then, yeah.
Just one of those where you can use the one that.
Sorry.
That's okay.
What kind of a dog was that again?
She said Border Collie mix.
Border Collie mix.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome,
Wow.
Possum. Well, hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us this week. Will we have a guest next week? Maybe. I don't know. But Joann, happy Mother's Day. I hope you
Thank
have a good
you.
weekend.
Yeah, it's kind of not going to be a good one, but it'll be what you like to say. It will be what it will be.
It will be.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Sarah. Whatever will be, will be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty, y'all. Well, have yourself a wonderful week. As always, you change the world when you help one person. So be a blessing to someone this week. And we'll come back here next week for another edition of a Saturday morning Stateline show. Right?
Right.
Right. Bye, y'all. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.